Hello, I'm currently on Oxford High Street. That way is heading towards the Plain, and then obviously that way is heading towards the town centre. Today I am outside the University Church of St Mary the Virgin. Now there's a couple of things I wanted to show you. We're actually only here today because we're doing a bit of research for a bigger sort of documentary about Cranmer and the martyrs. So it brought us to the church, which will all be explained in the other video. Now there's a couple of things I want to show you. First of all, you've got the barleycorn pillars there, which are absolutely beautiful. But I'm going to take you over the other side of the road, and I'm going to show you a couple of features that we've just found and some quite cool information that we found out. So I'll flip the camera around, cross the road, and we'll go over there. Okay, so I'm currently just stood on the other side of the church with Oriel at my back. It is a very beautiful church. There has been a place of worship on this site since the 12th century. The bit we're looking at now was actually built in the 17th century. Now, there's a very cool fact about this. So, in 1642, the Roundheads, or the parliamentary soldiers, were formed to fight King Charles I, who had taken up residence in Oxford. Just behind me, in fact, he was at Christ Church, and his lover was at Merton. Again, another day, I will do a story on Charles I's gate. Now, the reason we came here is because this is where Cranmer, I do believe, was tried for his crimes against the church when he was burned at the stake. So we will do another video inside in a few weeks' time when it reopens. Now, one of the facts that we found out about the parliamentary soldiers, that in 1642 a parliamentary soldier came down and he shot, excuse the bus, he shot the face off of the Virgin Mary and the depiction of Jesus. So they were actually replaced in 1662 with what you can see today. Now, in having a little walk around the church earlier on, and the reason for this video, because it is not something that I plan to do today, but as we cross the road, this is mainly for the Oxonians among us that probably don't realise that some of this is here, but we were looking for different marks on the church walls, and you know, just generally having a little look around the church in a bit greater detail. When we came across, granted it's not the most amazing of finds, but just on the back of the wall, so you've got Oriel College there, and the Cecil Rhodes statue, which is obviously disputed at this moment, and just here we have some Latin, which I cannot make out. So any of you that actually can read Latin, if you could tell us any of that means, I assume that it's probably just some nice words in remembrance, because what then happens, we have a big gap there, but then we get to some dates. So just here, there is Russell on fact-finding mission. There we have J. Smith, 32, 1844. Now, we're not sure if 32 is for the 3rd of the 2nd, so 3rd of February, 1844, when he maybe died, or maybe he was 32 years old when he died. Just here, we have what looks like G. King, 7, 1813. So that prompted us to have a little look further down. So I shall come to the other side of the church. So we're now more to the east side as we're walking towards Eastgate, and as you see, the writing starts again. So we've got E. Heath, 23, 1823. Does look like their age. So M. Ward, 85, 1822. And then it goes down. Now, it does start getting to earlier and earlier dates. So as we get down here, we're down to 1814. Excuse the bus sounds. We're now down to 1789, 1786, and then we go down. So we assume, oh yeah, this one's quite an interesting one. So here we have, I can't read the name, but it was 1783 and 10 children. Now, we're not sure as to whether these were paid for. We don't know whether people paid for the stones. They are probably old graves that have been moved, because currently, just where I am stood, we have graves here. This one's for Richard Thomas, who died in, when was this, Russ?
This one's Richard Thomas.
Oh, that one up there, sorry, Richard Thomas. Sorry. This one's Richard Thomas. He was 16 when he died in 1829. So as you can see, we've got several graves around the outside of the church. And then up on the wall here, we have a plaque for George Hoveden, Canon of Canterbury and Fellow of All Souls, died the 24th of August 1625. Now, as I said, we do know that this church dates back to the 12th century. Well, on this plot of land there was a place of worship since the 12th century. I do believe St Mary's Church was built in the 15th century, or majority of it was built in the 15th century. Hopefully at one point we can get inside and we can do a bit more. As I said, I've got the lots of different facts about this church because it's been here for so long. There is lots of different history and different stories. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little video about the church. Sorry, it's not the most eventful and it's not one of my finding videos, apart from the names on the wall, but a video nonetheless. I hope you've enjoyed this little video today. As I said, it wasn't a planned video. It was mainly because we found all the names along the back of the wall, and also the information about the parliamentary soldiers. And I just thought some people may enjoy that today. We will be back in this area. Just across the road there is Magpie Lane. That has got some fantastic history and some amazing facts. We will also see if we can just duck under the tree. We'll also find out about Kybald Twitchin, which is a building down there, which used to be where the prostitutes resided, which is where the story of Magpie Lane comes from. But as I say, that is a story in itself, so we'll do that on another day. Also down here, as I said earlier on, we got Oriel College there with Cecil Rhodes on the top. Remember, you can follow me on YouTube. All my videos are there. They're probably in better quality than they put on Facebook. So please go there, like and subscribe. And as I say, we'll be getting around to doing many videos in the next couple of weeks. Some of you may have seen my post recently about this, which is St Mary's Passage. Obviously, as we go down St Mary's Passage, which is a lot of C.S. Lewis information in, we've obviously got Radcam or Radcliffe Camera in the background there. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this, and we will see you again soon. Enjoy your day.